This lesson is on partial products, and this is just one way that you can multiply two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. This isn't the only way to do it, but this is just one strategy I want you to practice working on right now. So let's say I have a number like 23, and I'm going to multiply it by 42. Now, you can use the regular algorithm to multiply this, but you can also break this number up for partial products, and I'll show you why it's called partial products. So first I'm going to make a box, and I notice that in 23 I have a 2 in the tens place, which is worth 20. So I'm going to write down 20. I also have a 3 in the ones place, which is worth just 3, so I'm going to write down a 3. 2 for 20 in the tens place, and a 3 in the ones place, so 3. And I'm going to divide those up. I'm going to show the 10 side and the 1 side. And you could show a little plus sign if you wanted to, because 20 plus 3 is 23. Then I'm going to look at my 4. It's in the tens place, and then I have a 2 in the ones place. So I'm going to break this number up into the tens, which is 4. So I'm going to make it a 40, because it's in the tens place, and my 2 is in the ones place, so it's just 2. And again, I'm going to split these with a line down the box. We know that 40 plus 2 equals 42. So now I'm going to multiply these pieces together in each box. So my 2 and my 20 and my 3, they're going to come straight down in the boxes below them. And my 40 and my 2, they go straight across in the boxes next to them. So how that's going to look is I'm going to have 20, and I'm going to multiply it by 40. Those are the only two numbers that go in that box. So I know, using what I already know about multiplying with zeros, is 2 times 4 is 8, and there's 2 zeros in the problem, so I have 800. The next box I'm going to do is the 20 times the 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and I have 1 zero in the problem, so there's 1 zero in my answer, 40. I'm going to come back up to the top. I'm going to bring that 3 down, and it's going to meet the 40, so 3 times 40. 3 times 4 is 12, and then 1 zero is 120. And then finally 3 times 2. That equals 6. Now what do I do with all these numbers I have in purple? These are partial products. Remember, a product is the answer to a multiplication problem. Well, these are parts of the answer to my multiplication problem. So I'm going to take all those parts, the 800, the 120, the 40, and the 60, and I'm going to add them all together. So 800 plus 120 plus 40 plus 6. So I know that 6 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 6, 2 plus 4 is 6, and 8 plus 1 is 9. So the final answer to 23 times 42 is 966. Go ahead and pause the video, get out your practice worksheet 3-4, and let's do number 1 together. So number 1 says 56 times 34. Now first thing I'm going to do is make my box. And remember, I have the 5 in the tens place, so it's worth 50. I'm going to write down 50. And then I have a 6 in the ones place, so I'm going to write down 6. 50 and 6 is 56. And along the side I'm going to do the same with my other number. I have a 30 and then a 4, because I have a 3 in the tens place, it's worth 30. Split that box up between my tens and my ones, and now we can multiply each section. So first is going to be 50 times 30. And I know that 5 times 3 is 15, and I have 2 zeros, so 1,500 is my answer. I'm going to do 6 times 30. I know 6 times 3 is 18, and then there's 1 zero, so 180. 50 times 4, 5 times 4 is 20, and then there's 1 more 0, so it's actually 200. And then finally 6 times 4, which is 24. So here are the partial products, or part of my answer. So let's go ahead and add all those up. 1,500 plus 200 plus 180 plus 24. So I know that 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4, 8 plus 2 is 10. I need to regroup and carry my 1. So I have 1 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1, that's 9. and then I have 1 plus nothing, which is 1. So 56 times 34 is 1,904. If you understand it and want to move on to your own, you may get some paper and do number 2. Otherwise, keep watching the video, and I am going to continue working on number 2 with you. Number 2 is 45 times 76. So first thing I'm going to do is make my box. I have a 4 in the tens place, so it is worth 40. I have a 5 in the ones place, so it's worth 5. I have a 7 in the tens place, so on the side I'm going to put 70. And I have a 6 in the ones place, so on the side I'm going to put 6. So 40 and 5 is 45, and on the side I have 70 and 6, which is 76. Divide those up, and let's multiply. 40 times 70, 4 times 7 is 28, and then I have 2 zeros to put behind it. 5 times 70, well 5 times 7 is 35, and then I only have 1 zero to put behind it. 40 times 6, 4 times 6 is 24, and then there's 1 zero in 40, so there's 1 zero in my answer. And then finally 5 times 6, which is just 30. Let's take those partial products and add them up. 2,800 plus 3,350 plus 240 plus 30. So 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 is 12, so put the 2 down. I'm going to regroup and carry my 1. 8 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 is 14, so put my 4, regroup and carry my 1, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So 45 times 76 is 3,420.